All right, welcome, Sarah. Thank you so much for being on our um, Best in Utah Pelvic Health series here, Spotlight series that we're doing. And I'm excited to introduce you to our audience here, read your bio, and then we'll jump into the questions to get to really know you.
Awesome, thanks.
Yes. Okay, so Sarah has been a successful entrepreneur since her teens. She is an experienced filmmaker, web designer, event coordinator, hospitality manager, florist, marketer, and interior designer. She is passionate about women's rights and choices in childbirth and hosts Utah's largest and longest running pregnancy and birth conference and expo. She is also passionate about helping heart-based entrepreneurs build the business of their dreams. Together with her team, she founded Soul Seed Academy, an exclusive, individualized, and revolutionary business accelerator, incubator, and community designed to guide women with heart based businesses to focus their insights and resources to build a business that fulfills them, creates financial stability, and establishes a legacy. Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you, Sarah, so much for being on here today.
Thank you.
Yeah. First question off the bat, like what made you decide to do this? Like how did you get in this role?
I I
On
mean, I used to be embarrassed about all the things I did because when I tell people, yeah, I'm interested in flowers and I have a wedding business and I do this, people will be like, well, why don't you just focus on one thing or why don't you just oh that seems like a lot. And sometimes I hear that in my youngers because I'm super ancient at this point, right? Like I really do have these experiences. I've been, an adult for longer than I wasn't an adult. So I can really say that I've done all these things and done them well. But I hear young people say, oh, I do this and this and this. And the people around them go, oh, okay. And my first thing is I wish I could go back and tell myself, no, like really do follow your dreams, follow like what's new and exciting. I guess I tell my I don't really tell myself anything. I just kind of go with something until I've figured it out and it becomes boring and then I go to the next thing.
Yeah.
So,
Amazing. Amazing. Serial entrepreneur there for sure.
yeah, yeah, I love business. I love opportunity. I love when somebody can create something out of nothing. That's really the spirit of entrepreneurship that I love is creating something out of nothing.
Love it. Love it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you feel like makes you different in what you're doing?
Um, well, in my industry, I'm a woman,
Yeah.
so I learned very interestingly. I don't know. I guess I do tell. I just told my daughter yesterday. I was born with the gift of being too stupid to know I couldn't.
I love
So, and
that.
my daughter's like, I don't have that problem, Mom, and I'm like, yeah, sorry for that problem, but no, I was born with just this love of life and just it's not that nobody ever told me I couldn't do things. It's just I just didn't hear them or it didn't stick. The ADHD is really helpful in a lot of ways. And
Yes.
so I would just do things. And I learned really the difference in how women do business when I started a tech company about 8 years ago. And I was going to pitch at pitch events. I was trying to raise money for a series of funding to do some, techie things. And I would go to these pitch events and would not be able to get any traction. And I would go to these network events and I would talk to these mentors and they would just, as soon as like this snot-faced, kid comes up with a widget idea, they would turn their focus to that 23-year-old kid, usually a male BYU student. I found that trend to be big. But and I would just be like, "Hey, wait a minute. Here I am, late 30s, really really solid in what I'm doing and financially secure, and I can't get the help and attention from mentors or resources." And so I was like, "Well, if I can't do it, then what are my sisters supposed to do? What are women supposed to do?" And so I started Soul Seed Academy as an innovative business incubator just for women. And women do business differently. So it's like, how am I different? Well, I guess I'm actually not that different other than I'm different in the world that in that I'm a woman,
Yeah.
but different in believing that women do business differently natively. And we need to learn how our brain works and how we can, and it's not a damn the patriarchy type of thing. It's no, what do we do best as women? How do our brains process business? How can we best serve our community?
Amazing. Amazing.
So,
So cool. So cool. Okay.
thanks.
Um, who would you say is an ideal fit for you? Obviously women, but like is there a certain
Mhm.
like category, birth worker, like elaborate more on that?
I love birth workers. My solution to world hunger and world peace is to fix birth.
Yes.
And to fix birth, we have to keep birth workers in business.
Hmm.
So ultimately, keeping birth workers in business. I love working with birth workers because birth workers tend to think, well, anybody with a belly I can serve. And that's actually not true. And the more widespread you are and the more bleeding heart you are, the less effective you are. You could, so, well, the bleeding heart it's great. You got to have a passion, but you can only wake up at 3 a.m. so many times to be bled on, for $100 before you fizzle out.
Yeah,
So
great.
if we can keep birth workers in business, then we can change the world. And it's
Mhm.
not just doulas and midwives. I work a lot with those, but it's also massage therapists, pelvic floor specialists. It's also working with partners and helping them understand the birth journey.
Mhm.
So but I love working with any woman who has a purpose-driven business
Love
and
that.
not just like I want to go make $1 million. And actually, a lot of women are not very monetarily driven when
Right.
you get really to the core of it. They are driven by the need to want to remove pain from those they love. So even me, I want to remove pain from birth workers so they can stay sustainable so that they can thrive. So,
Love that. Love that. That's so great. Okay.
yeah.
What does the process look like to work with you and your company? Like, how does someone stumble into this and be like, oh, this is exactly what I need, and how do I do this?
Stumble is a good word because we don't do any paid advertising. I believe in something called relationship marketing, and we teach it really, really strongly in our academy, in our retreats, in our
Cool.
coaching, how to do relationship marketing. So, we have a retreat. A lot of people love to just come to the first retreat. We call it a business breakthrough retreat because we rattle your mind. And it's a weekend in the round with other women that are passionate and driven. And we help you relanguage your thoughts around who you are and your strengths and how you show up
Mhm.
for the world. And once the retreat is basically our gift to the world. You can, we don't say you have to have a business or you have to, nope. If you feel drawn to it, then come. You don't have to have any qualifications. And then in the academy, we have two levels. We have the first level, which is women who are just starting out, and I love women who just have something on their heart. They have never started a business or they have a job, but they're like wanting to do something on the side. Their heart is yearning to do something. And so we take them from idea to traction. And traction means that you're proving that people want, what you're trying to sell. So we take them through a program. We build their website for them. We do social media, we do video, all their branding, and we help them with a main project to prove traction. So that's level one. And level two is women who have been going, but they've hit kind of their own glass ceiling. Either they've run out of time, their family needs more from them, or they get pregnant, or like just the ebb and flow of, our lives. And they have hit a max and they can't have any more impact, but their business, it's either grow or shrink at that point, right? And so we help them systemize and amplify the good they're doing through building standard operating procedures and helping them on the back end systemize some things so that they can continue to grow. Because that's the biggest lie we tell ourselves as women is the bigger our boat, the harder we have to row, and it's not that. It's not
Mhm.
that true.
Totally. I can
Yeah.
vouch for that.
And
Okay.
we don't just educate, we don't just coach. This isn't just a come listen to us
Right.
talk at you. This isn't an online recording. This is actually a done with you program. All of our classes are live. You come and we actually work, we teach you how to do it because we want you to teach your your community and your children to build this legacy, right? So we teach you how to do things and then we do them with you.
Amazing. Love that. That's amazing. Okay. Next question that I have for you is what is something that most people don't know that you think that they should know about your services?
I don't know. I think I think people get wrapped up in, well, I've got to have a fancy website or I got to have this logo, otherwise I'm not legit. There's like a lot of imposter syndrome. And
Mhm.
I think that most people don't realize the importance of community
Mhm.
in business. Like
Mhm.
we know we should have a community of postpartum around us. We know we need to have our mom friends. We need to have our church friends or whatever it is, but we forget or we don't think that we need them in business.
Mhm.
And we really do. Like, you can't do this alone. You have to do this in a community.
Totally.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
100%. Okay. Is there anything special that you want to promote to the audience watching here?
No, special promotion. What does that mean?
Any upcoming event that you have?
Oh, yes. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
I can oh, this is where I can promote. This is fun. So I love relationship marketing, meaning word of mouth. So I guess you're hearing it straight from my mouth. This is your invitation. But we're having a retreat on January 24th and 25th. It's in Provo, Utah. It's all the foods included because we don't want you to have to go out and
Yeah.
find some weird lunch. Come stay, eat our gourmet chef's cooking, and spend 2 days just listening and loving and everything. If you're listening right now, I can give you a scholarship because again, the retreat is our gift to the community to just help women just plant the seeds of what can be possible. I have a record this week. I Somebody showed up in my Zoom room and I was like, "Hi." And she said, "I came to the retreat a couple years ago." I was like, "I think it's longer." And I looked her up. 4.5 years. 4.5 years ago, she came to the retreat and she's now reaching out and saying, "Hey, I would like to be involved. I'm ready now. I'm ready." 4.5 years later. And so the retreat is just like a place where you can plant the seeds, even if you're not ready right now to start a business. If you feel like you're being called to do something like that,
Mhm.
or you would just want to learn more about business, then come to
How
the
often,
retreat.
how often do you do your retreats?
We do them about every quarter. So yeah, so January 1, then we have some in April.
Great. Awesome. Okay. Um, Next question, this is my favorite question to ask everyone, is what is the main thing that you want to be known for?
Ooh, think this is a really good question because I tell my team I don't do these interviews very often. I'm doing it because I love Betty. But
Well, thank you.
I
I feel honored.
This is not the Sarah show. What I build is not all about Sarah. I'm not like the next Tony Robbins. I don't strive to be this big, well-known coach or anything. It's about like for me, it's about building a team. So there's 17 people on the Soul Seed team now, and when we each hit rough patches in our lives, or even vacations or things come and go, we stick together as a cohesive force to help people. And I I don't want to be known for like, oh, Sarah built this huge business. I want the business itself to be a
Yeah.
catalyst for good. I want people to say my life was changed for good because I was involved with Soul State Academy. And the same with the birth events. When I used to host huge birth events,
Yeah.
I would try and stay pretty much under the radar because to me, it's not about like me. I didn't build this with my own. Look at this. I am not muscular. I did this with my community. I did this with everybody coming together to collaborate. I might have been the one with the vision starting out, but I
Mm,
don't build this alone. I'm not a vacuum. I don't
totally.
live in a
We are on the
bubble. So,
same wavelength there. I feel that like it's the same thing for me too. I'm like, I don't want it to be me. I want it to be Reborn and what Reborn's doing for the community. So very similar,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
all the emotions right there. I'm like, yes, 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 yes.
Yes. Like when you read the bio, yes, I have done all those things and they've all been a really important part of my life, but they've all made it so I can be the person to be part of this movement we're creating. I say, I want to be the tugboat that pulls the cruise ship out to sea. Like you don't know me, I'm
Yep.
nameless, but the movement that we create together as a team, as a
Ah,
community
chills.
changes the ripple effect. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Words to my soul for there, for sure. Okay, and then how and where can we find you? Social media, website, all the things like that.
Yeah. So, social media, anything Soul Seed Academy. I think we're even on X. I'm really proud of my team. They're like, wait, are we on LinkedIn yet? I'm like, I don't know. Are we? We're on LinkedIn too. You can find me personally on Facebook, Sarah AC, but just Soul Seed Academy. Everywhere there's places where you can text us or email us and tell us your dreams and tell us like what you've got. No, nothing is dumb. In fact, when you come to the retreat on Friday morning, one of the warnings we give you is you get to introduce yourself to the group, of course, but we say, don't, if you have something on your heart that you secretly want to do, we want to hear it now because I don't want to get to Saturday afternoon realizing that we've been working on the wrong business all weekend. That's so, then you have to come back to another retreat. And so I want to hear about your dreams. Like women will say, well, I just have this secret. Like, what if I could do this? And then they actually do it.
Yay.
Yes. So reach out and tell us. I mean, even if it's like this secret thing, you're like, well, but it would never work. Really? Well, I'm sorry, I won't mock you, but really, you think it will never work? I've gotten the honor to hear so many crazy, absurd dreams that actually come true.
It's amazing. Love it. All the things. Thank you so much, Sarah, for being on here. Thank you for what you're doing in the community here. And it was a pleasure talking with you again.
Thank you so much.